Hey guys, Mike Toy, Bonsai Boise. This is my Juniper. I've had this going on 5 years now. I bought it in the fall of 2017. It was much smaller at the time. And I've kind of just had the same style for it ever since. I don't know what I'd call the style. It's kind of like it's almost, imagine like a globe that you just cut in half. That's kind of what it is. So I've been letting it grow, haven't trimmed it since last year, and it's got some structural issues in here now. I've never really addressed the structural problems with it or done any structural pruning. So today I'm going to do a little bit of that. So if you want to come with me, I'll kind of show you the progress. I'll do some snips, take a clip, do some snips, take a clip. Let's go. All right. So by do some snips, take a clip, what I'm saying is I'll kind of show you what it looks like, do a little trimming, take another clip, etc. Rather than watching me make every cut, because I ended up doing this over the course of like 2 days. The tricky part about junipers for me, number one, is I don't know as much about them as I know about, like, say, maples or elms. But let me give you a look at what it looked like when I first got it in that fall of 17. So there it is, got it from a nursery. Just a pretty raw looking little tree. So I trimmed it up, put it in this little pot there. And there it was. It was a cute little tree. And there it is now. So you can see just in 4.5, maybe 5 years, it's come a long way. Now, I don't know how old it was before that, so it could be older than that. You know, it's probably 10 years old. Who knows? But I have had it for about that long. So, as you can see, it's very bushy. I've got this sort of cascading effect where it's sort of that half globe on top, or maybe a quarter globe, I guess. And there I've done some trimming so far. Try and give you a look inside. So what's happening is that some of the branches are becoming dominant and getting very dominant, and it's leading to some bald spots. So I'm going to take it down. I want to really reduce the size of it quite a bit. That's how much carnage I've got so far. But yeah, I've been doing this cascading effect where it's got this sort of nose that goes down, and then this cascading sort of wavy effect down, kind of coming at you. But here it is again after some more trimming. I'm doing this holding the camera. This is really an impromptu video, to be honest. I didn't set up, as you can see, I didn't set up like a backdrop or lighting or anything. I just sort of wanted to kind of document the process as I went along. Junipers, you'll hear a lot that they do back bud, or no, they don't back bud, or no, they do back bud. The truth is that they will back bud, but typically a branch with no foliage will die. I think that's where that comes from. And I'm no, scientist on the matter. I'm just telling you from my experience, that's what I've seen. Because as you do searching out there, you'll hear people say that they won't back bud, but they will. This has back budded many times, even on hardwood occasionally. But if a branch has no foliage, that branch will just die off. So it will only back bud where there is, behind foliage. Does that make sense? You can see some of the branches I'm talking about. I see the one in the middle there. There's that one big dominant branch right in the middle going straight up back there. And that's a bit of an issue. So it's going to be a process. I say that in a lot of my videos, but it is going to be a process, just sort of getting this thing back under control. So this is step one in the process. So there, reduce the height a little more. See if it's got some goofy parts. When you're when you are doing the hedge pruning method, which is kind of what I've been doing up to this point a lot, not paying much attention to the structure, that's how problems like this develop. So you're just kind of hedge pruning it, and then whatever's happening inside of the foliage is just untouched and unchecked. There it is. Much bigger haircut now. You can see a lot more foliage. I'm starting to trim away at this cascading effect here, and I'm trying to create pods off to each side. I've tried wiring that cascade a couple of times. There's the nose. Had to take that back just a little. Lots of foliage there. Yeah, I've tried wiring that cascading branch a couple of times and had minor success. I think I just need to get some thicker gauge wire and try it again, because it sort of, I don't know, it was a tricky one. It bit into the branch, so I had to take it off. But as a result, it didn't stay because I wouldn't leave it long enough. So there you can see some of the issues. See lots of branches coming out of one spot here and one spot there. Eventually, what I'd like is a more even effect with branches coming out almost like a, I don't know how to explain it. Think of like those sprinklers that go back and forth, kind of like that. Rather than a few big spots where big branches come out. You're probably seeing exactly what I'm seeing, right where my fingers were there. So the nose is looking good. Cascading branch is looking good. Got some good movement. Just that first long straight part is the part that I'm not happy with, but there's that one branch right on top of the main tree there that I don't love. This is a pretty good size trim, as you can see. I took a lot of foliage off, but it was necessary. It was very healthy. I wouldn't do this if it wasn't healthy. It was very healthy. So it was necessary. And I'm going to be more mindful of it. Try to keep the foliage under control. One more one-handed shot here. Let's see. Camera in one hand, clippers in the other. You may notice there's one branch kind of parallel with the main trunk. As it does that 90-degree turn and it starts to go off to the right, there's another branch that also does that, and I don't like it at all. My eyes go straight to it every time, but there's nothing I can do about it right now because there's so much foliage attached to it. So that's something I'm going to be working on in phases as well, is reducing the foliage on that long straight branch and hoping for some back budding and other supporting branches to take its place. It's going to take time. I apologize for the poor lighting in this. Like I said, it was an impromptu video. Just wanted to sort of document and give you a look at the juniper as I was working on it. The little pods are coming along. I haven't put a ton of thought or effort into the pods yet, so you know, I will with time. So there it is. That's a look at my juniper. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.